Hi guys, it's Skeptical Nessie and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we have a visitor. I wonder what he's bringing. Oh, he has nautilus shells. I would love to get those, but I know I do not have that many emeralds. That's sad. Oh, one of them lost their lead somewhere. Anyway, that is not what I was going to say. I was going to say, welcome back to the channel. Ooh, he's loud. I was gonna say, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be Dude is following me around. He's trying to ruin my intro. And he is succeeding. Okay. I was going to say, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be building another house for our village. And in order to do that, we have to collect all of the resources that we've been using for these projects so far, because we ran out last episode. And with that monologue complete, our intrepid adventurer sets off into the world to collect some resources. And here she is, fresh on— oh, the dolphins have— the dolphins have taken— This is kind of sad. Yeah, let's— okay, and pretending that never happened, our intrepid adventurer continues on to collect all of the spruce she needs to build a home for her lovely villager friend. With the spruce collecting complete, chopping down the last of its remaining stump, she continues her adventure, and she seems to have met a local. This is not going to go well. Her social skills are abysmal, and I think she has somehow angered this local by looking directly into its eyes. Oh, the local seems to be taking it out on her. Oh, that's the end of that. And she continues back to her death location to try and collect her gear. And it sounds like a giant man with a fork is attacking her. She's not going to survive this. I have no faith in our adventurer's ability. Oh, she did it. I am impressed. And now, with only half a heart, she continues on back towards her stuff. She re-equips her gear and finds that the local has stepped into her boat and become stuck, which is quite lucky really, because she does not have the PvE skills to defend herself in this situation. Using a cheap trick, she kills the local, gets revenge, and continues on to collect the dark oak necessary for her project today. She's managed to lose even more levels on her adventure today. But she pretends that she doesn't notice that as she fells another tree, and now to collect a whole lot of cobblestone that she can smelt away into some smooth stone, because so far our adventurer has not taken the time to get herself a silk touch pick. So smelting is still required. She goes out to walk in the rain and collect tulips. She's being followed by a bee. Hopefully she's smart enough not to smack it. I don't know that she is. This voiceover brought to you by Nessie Incorporated, where we will record your voiceovers when you forget to talk during your episode. This is beautiful. The shaders, oh my goodness. Alright, and with that, we've collected all the resources we need to build this new villager house. So, let's get started. our second villager house is nearly complete. I just need to add a little bit of lichen and a front door. This is going to have a bamboo front door. So we'll have to go to the jungle to get some bamboo. I don't really need very much lichen for this. So it is spread. Okay, good. That should be plenty. So let's just pop this lichen on, and then we'll go to the jungle, and we will grab some bamboo for our front door. And then I'll give you a tour of the house once we pop that front door on. The front door. Let's just pop it into place. As you can see, this is a librarian's house, so we've got a little lectern for them to... Hello, horse. For them to use as their job stand. They got a bed. And then upstairs, which the villagers won't actually be able to use this, but I just thought it was cute and cozy to add a little study nook up here for the villager librarian. And then I don't think I said last episode, but this is actually a farmer villager. It's got a little composter out back, which I've actually been using myself. And then the next house we build will also be a librarian. But before we get to that, we're going to build the walls around the whole village. And we will be moving villagers in. So that's actually the goal for next episode. I'm going to be building the walls and capturing some villagers to bring over here. Now that we've finished that house over there, let's go ahead and make this pond, which is going to require some mud blocks, some... Oh, I wonder if we can find some lily pads. That would be awesome. And we're gonna need some buckets of water. Let's start with the buckets of water. We're just gonna fill this area in really quick. Throw that at the edge of the pond. Looks reasonable. Alright, so we're just gonna... Now I've got 2 water buckets here. So let's begin the task of filling this in. Now that we've got all of this water placed, I'm gonna go make some coarse dirt to mix into the bottom. And I'm gonna make a glass bottle. No, wait, we have glass bottles over here. I'm gonna make some mud. Might have been easier to make the mud before I did that, but we will see. Oh, we even have bottles with water in them. That is an interesting sound that makes. I've sort of mocked out a temporary path so I can figure out the flow. I will be replacing this with better pathing at some point, but this is just so I can fill the flow of the travel paths here. And I've got this coming down to our new little pond, and I really like the way that that's... Uh-oh. We've got a area that's not water source box, so let's fix that. The bucket. Oh, the bucket's still in my hand. There we go. That's fixed. Anyway, I'm liking the flow so far of the path. And then we're going to decorate the outside of this pond. And that will be it for this episode. So I laid out some bushes, and I think it's looking pretty nice. The path... I was originally going to take the path along... Oop, I fell in. Along this side, but I think that side's too narrow, so we're going to take the path along that side. The other thing is that there is going to be a wall around this village that's not going to include this pond, so we'll have to figure out how the flow works once that wall goes up. But for now, I'm just going to add some bamboo sprouts, let them grow, and then I'm going to add some sugar cane and some flowers, of course. Built this little thing over the pathway and I hate it, so let's just take that down really quick. Yeah, that just does not look like I wanted it to. Goodbye. That looks pretty good though. Bamboo, one of the ones you can click and keep it from growing, I wonder? No. Have to get string. But for now, I'm just gonna let it grow wild and tall. But I do want to add the sugar cane, and then I want to see if we can find some lily pads. Oh, a frog would be awesome too. Or an axolotl. Oh, I would love to put an axolotl in it. What did I came up here for? Come up here. Came up here, come up here. Came up here. turns out I don't actually have any sugarcane currently. But I do have some ferns, so I'm gonna pop some ferns in and then we'll go grab some sugarcane. On this side, I want most of the sugarcane to be on the side that is not gonna have the path. Over here. Alright, so our little pond is complete except for lily pads, and I don't think I've actually even seen lily pads anywhere in this world so far. So we're gonna have to go on a little bit of an adventure to find them. Actually, I might add some vines over to that as well. So let's add the vines and then go get the lily pads. Some vines right here. Yeah, that'll add some flowers. One, because one is all we have. Now, lily pads. I keep getting sidetracked because when I look at it, I'm like, oh, I could use this. But lily pads. Then I'm gonna need a boat. So I'm out here looking for a swamp biome to get some lily pads, but I found this cute little coral reef, and I thought I would grab some seagrass and some sea pickles to add to our little pond back home. Ooh, I guess I could also grab some of these, right? No, you need silk touch for those. But anyway, we'll just take the seagrass and some sea pickles and then continue looking for those lily pads. Here in this dry savanna biome, we found a little oasis of mangrove that should have lily pads in it. So, yep, here we go. Lily pads! I'm gonna collect these, and since we're out here anyway, I'm gonna collect some mangrove wood. Oh, I would love to have a frog. I don't think we could get a frog all the way back. I didn't even bring my leads with me. Hello, frog. Can you ride in a boat? Well, we got it in the boat. Let's grab some propagules. I genuinely do not think there is a water path back to where I live, but we'll see how far we can get with this frog. I think the answer is going to be not very far at all. Yeah. I'm sorry, frog. Okay, so I just got back from my adventure getting lily pads, and look, I found a little friend! So I think we'll add him to the little pond area for now, and then maybe we'll give him a little aviary at some point, but for now, let's finish this pond and make him sit somewhere. Where's he at? He's still on my shoulder. Right. Come here. I want him up on this. Come here, little friend. Come here. Oh. Alright, so we got our lily pads. Let's just add them to the pond. That's what I wanted. Alright. And then the other thing we got while we were out on our adventure was I actually found a little fish. So we'll add the fish. You can barely see him against the mud. Oh. And we got some seagrass. And I have a bit of kelp as well. Oh, and the sea pickles, of course. And that just leaves one more thing I think this could use. We'll do it right here. I'm gonna add a little custom tree. I don't want it to be a very big one, to be honest. So, I want the branches to go out like that. One. That's not where I wanted that to go. Go out. Two more. We're gonna need a lot more focus, but that's okay. Oh. I'm gonna need some scaffolding, I think, for this. So we're actually going to just harvest this bamboo. Make a little bit of scaffolding. Now we need a bunch of leaves, and I want to use azalea. Okay. Now that we have the first leaves in, I like to go down and give her a look from the ground. And you can see that needs some leaves. And you can see there's bits of leaves missing here. We're gonna need to grow another azalea. Nope. Yes, there. Alright, tree is almost done. And then we're going to add the azalea, flowering azalea leaves. a little odd. Mine are so. Alright, let's add the flowering azalea leaves. We'll pop a few in. Place a few. Alright, so with that, we have completed our little custom pond here. Eventually, I'm going to put string on top of the bamboo to stop their heights where I want. But I'm actually letting them grow right now so that I can just harvest them occasionally to collect bamboo. We did include a little custom tree here. I'll go around so you can see it. It's kind of splodgy looking. It's got some gaps, but I actually love that in a custom tree because that's how trees are in real life. They aren't perfect. They're each their own unique individual, and I like that in a custom Minecraft tree as well. And then around here, I'm going to have a path eventually that leads out this way. There's going to be a wall that goes around the village right about here. So I'll probably put a little door so you can go through and come into the village through... Oh! Hi, house! So you can come into the village through that little door. But with that, that means today's episode is done. We've completed this adorable little house for one of our villagers. We have the village house from last episode, which actually means that next episode is going to be the episode where we bring the villagers over. So we're going to build a wall around the village. It's going to look kind of silly at first because it's going to have to be big enough to include all of the houses that I've planned to build and the greenhouse. But we're still going to build the wall, and then we're going to go steal some villagers from that village that's across the ocean and fill our village up with some life and start trading. So the first two trades we're going to have are going to be a farmer villager and one librarian. So hopefully we can get mending from our first librarian for my elytra, and then we will continue building the village. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode, and I hope to see you in the next episode where we capture some villagers and make them work for us. Bye!